Hi guys, this is the part 2 to my CD collection update, and this whole entire stack right here is going to be classic rock stuff. So if you're not really into classic rock, I totally understand that. I'm not asking you to be, but if you are, well, it's your lucky day, because I've got a pretty good amount of stuff right here. I'm gonna call it classic rock, but you could probably identify some of it as other genres as well. So call it what you will, but I'm gonna call it classic rock to summarize the whole entire thing. So let's do it. Also, remember, like I mentioned in the first one, if you want me to talk about any of these further, make sure you comment down below which one you'd like to hear me talk about, and I will do that. I think I'll start with the one that's on top of the stack, obviously. This album is Pink Floyd, The Wall, and it's kind of hard to tell, but the writing on this is red. It looks purple in this camera for some reason. And I got introduced to Pink Floyd through a friend of mine who was like, you need to listen to their stuff. I'd never listened to any of their stuff, and he recommended this album, and I pretty much just went on YouTube, checked it out, listened to it from beginning to end. Obviously, I'm a lazy person, so it took me like 2 days to do that. Not consecutive days, like I went to sleep and then I woke up and I listened to the rest of it. That's kind of what I did. So if you're really into some like just relaxed, kind of chill music for the most part, plus this music's really interesting on the ears. I'd never heard like sort of sound effects going on with this whole entire thing, and I don't know, man, it's really good. If you are into Pink Floyd and you've never bothered to listen to The Wall, I recommend it. This is my favorite Pink Floyd album. Of course, I might be a little bit biased because I haven't listened to the other ones, but you know, I call them as I see them. This next artist is pretty well known from the 60s, so it's Bob Dylan. It's one of his it's called The Very Best of Bob Dylan. I also just want to say too that I enjoy a pretty good amount of like varieties of music and stuff. I really like Bob Dylan. He's kind of relaxed, and if you enjoy the whole songwriting genre, you'll probably really enjoy his stuff. If you've never bothered to listen to Bob Dylan, or you don't like understand, or you just, you know, you've never thought to listen to him, I recommend that you do. He's got a couple of good tunes. I haven't really, well, you know, all of his music's good, but I'm just saying the ones that I've listened to. I've not listened to a whole lot. I've actually not even listened to this whole CD, so I might do that sometime. I think this is a really cool artsy photo. Yeah, so Bob Dylan. So we're gonna address the we're gonna take a look at an artist that I absolutely love and wouldn't mind seeing live if I could, and if I had the money, and if he came here to you know, where I live, I definitely would try to get tickets. So and that artist being Elton John. This one is pretty much just a greatest hits CD. I try to find this like everywhere. Okay, first I was trying to find a greatest hits CD because I love his stuff. So this is stuff from the 70s to 2002. I know a lot of people might not categorize this as classic rock, but I do, so I don't know what to tell you about that. This one is basically, it's 2 CDs in one. I think I might have paid like $10 for this, maybe more. I don't really know. But I like the pictures in it. And the reason I like Elton John is because, for one thing, he's a very talented man. But aside from that, he can play the piano amazingly. And if you really like sort of romance type of music, he's got you covered. If you like piano music, he's got you covered. Pretty much anything along the lines of that, he's got you covered. So if you want to check this one out, once again, it's just his greatest hits from the 70s to 2002. I mean, there's not really a whole lot more than I can say about this. This is just a really, really good album. Alright, now we're going to get to a band that if you know me or you follow me on any of my social medias, which if you're not, they're in the description of this if you want to check me out on any of them. It is a band that I have become literally obsessed with over the past, say, about 3 years, give or take. Maybe more than that, maybe like 3 or 4 years, whatever. And I'm obviously talking about the Beatles. So this one right here is called Please Please Me. It's one of their like earlier type of albums. Obviously they've probably had ones before this. I'm just saying this is one of their earlier ones. You can kind of tell by the hair. And I wish that I could tell you exactly what year this came out. But this is like a remastered thing, clearly, because they didn't have CDs when this came out. But it's like a... Well, anyway, it's a really good CD. If you're into, like, pop music and you like sort of a little bit of, I'm going to call it doo-wop, but it's not really doo-wop. It's like, I don't really know how to describe it. One of the songs that probably everyone knows on this one is called Twist and Shout. Pretty sure everybody knows that song. So if you know that and you want to check some of this out, you go right ahead and you do that. Also, look at these pictures. Beautiful, right? So once again, it's called Please Please Me. Next one I've not really bothered to listen to. It's also by the Beatles, so if you're not really into that, again, sorry, because I am. It's Yellow Submarine, and I always really enjoyed this sort of like whimsical artwork. If you don't know, this is actually a movie, but more importantly, I have the CD here. So I've not fully listened to every single song on this, but that's because, as I mentioned once before, I am lazy. But also because I guess just like I haven't really bothered with it. But I love the artwork on it. And if you really want to check this one out, if you're into kind of like random, fun, artsy type of stuff, you should definitely watch the movie and listen to the soundtrack. This being the soundtrack. I do have records of some of the Beatles stuff, but like I don't have these two as a record, so now I have them as a CD, I guess, right? This one is called Help. I'm sure everybody has heard that song before. I mean, honestly, I feel like if you haven't, where have you been? It has been literally everywhere. Isn't this beautiful where they shot this? This is a movie too, by the way, if you want to check out the movie. Once again, it's another one that I've not gotten around to like watching or listening to this like fully. So, I can't really recommend a whole lot of songs and stuff off this, but if you really want to check it out, like I said, it's called Help. It's by the Beatles. It looks like this. Not really a whole lot to say about that, but like I said, if you want to look at the movie or the soundtrack, that's the name of it. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to show you one CD by one of the Beatles, like their solo career. It's John Lennon. And if you're not aware of this, yes, number one, they did solo careers, but number two, if you're not aware of this, I'm a pretty big John Lennon fan. So I've taken a lot of like wisdom and a lot of his music, you know, and just really enjoyed it. So he's a really cool artist. So this one's like not an actual. This is like also a greatest hits type of deal or something. I didn't pay much for it. It's only got a couple of songs on it on the back right there. And just, I mean, go listen to his stuff. Like, his solo career is pretty great. So if you are into the Beatles and you've not listened to their solo stuff, John Lennon, do that. You should get on that. So I saved the best for last. This is my favorite Beatles album, hands down. I'm not being biased or nothing. This is just my favorite one personally. And it is Sgt Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this in one form or another. So I'm just going to kind of show you what I enjoy about it. First of all, the colors are amazing. This picture right here has several historical figures in it, which I think is kind of neat. And the CD itself, the music on it's really cool. So if you're looking for a little bit of psychedelic music, it's not like extreme, but it's really cool. Some of the music kind of reminds me of, it's like a circus type of thing, if that makes sense. And it's really good stuff, guys. So if you want to check this one out, I do recommend that you do, because it's my favorite. But also because I'm sure you'll find something on it that you like. I'm just showing you a little bit of the artwork inside this little packet. So what was cool is if you have the record version of this, which I do, but if you do, there is a page that you can cut out like a little mustache and stuff. I think there's like a small version of that in here somewhere. And you know, you can kind of wear that, so that's fun. Ah, here it is. So apparently this right here, lovely gentleman right here, is supposed to be the sergeant. And yeah, so he's got his little thing here, Lonely Hearts Club Band, and it's just really cool. So they took a lot of time with this one, that's for sure. Also trying to sound new and fresh, I assume. So yep, that's pretty much all I have as far as CDs go. So if you want me to talk about any of these, make sure you comment down below. Also comment which one was your favorite, or which one would you like to know more about, and I'll try to do another video where I talk about like each one or something along the lines of that. Also, make sure you give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please make sure you subscribe. I post videos every single Saturday, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.